Hey everybody, I'm tired. So this is the answer key for quiz 3-2. As we talked about in class, people did pretty poorly overall. So let's look at this first one and see if we can help. So from 5 to -1 is an increase of 6. I mean, a decrease of 6. Sorry about that. Okay. From -1 to -3 is a decrease of 2. From -3 to -1 is the increase of 2. And then -1 to 5 is an increase of 6. So as you can see, all these numbers are changing and not in a way that's linear. They're not all adding or subtracting to be the same. And if we divided them, -1 over 5, that's the first pair there, and then I could do -3 over -1, that's this pair here, and those are clearly not the same fraction. -1/5 is not equal to -3 over -1 would be 3. -1/5 is not equal to 3. So it's not exponential, it's not linear. The answer was neither. And if you look at the directions, that was a choice. So some people did pick that. Good job. Now let's look at this. So a town with a population of 4,000. I can just type here. So the population is 4,000 and the growth factor is 2.6. And it is to the T. And that's it. So remember, there's growth factor, which is the whole thing inside parentheses. And then there's growth rate, which is the percentage inside parentheses. All right, so here, X is the number of the quiz he has taken and Y is the study time in minutes. Okay, so 10 is, I don't know if anyone got this, 10 is his initial study time. In other words, he studied for 10 minutes. First quiz. Right, so X is the number of the quizzes, and so maybe it would be like 10 is 0 is I would on 0 quizzes, which sounds weird, but it's when X equals 0, because we know 10 is the Y-intercept. Okay, so maybe we could say 10 is his study time before he started studying for quizzes. Maybe that's a better thing to say. But I was just looking for the initial time, not the 10 is 10 quizzes or anything like that. And then 1.37 is the growth factor. 37% would be the growth rate. Okay. Suppose you deposit $1,000 in the college fund that pays 7.2% interest annually. Right, an equation that represents the account balance after 5 years. So we got $1,000. We got 1.072 to the 5th. So that's what it should be. So the 1 comes from the 1 plus, and then a lot of people did it. And I thought that people would make this mistake, but I didn't see people making this mistake in class of putting the percentage in the formula without converting it. Then when it came time for the quiz, boy, people did that. So make a note to yourself and don't do it next time. What is the percentage growth of Carter's savings account given the information below? Percentage growth. So I'm just going to write percent growth implies we looking for the growth rate, which is so it's 0.005 would be 0.5%. So 0.05 would be 5%. So 0.005 would be 0.5%. Any questions? Didn't think so. All right, so this first one here is a reflection over the x-axis. Oh my. It's a reflection over the x-axis. This is a reflection over the y-axis. What's the difference there? So those are both reflections. Number 2 is a translation. And number 4 is a rotation. So if you got those wrong, make sure you review your Khan Academy assignment for identifying transformations. All right. And then the last one, two more. Evaluate each expression given the function graphs below. Okay, so 5 f of 0 plus 10 g of 4. And so f is the blue, and at 0, it is when x equals 0, we're at -2. So we want to do 5 times -2 plus, no, I can't see that function. Okay, 10 g of 4, so g of 4 is, at 4. So we're going to do 10 times 4. Okay. So 10 times 4. That's all it is. Then it's going to be -10 plus 40, which is 30. The answer was 30. Okay. And then this one here, oh no, we have fractions, but you know what? That's fine. F of -6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's -5. So we're gonna have -3/5 times -5, and the 5's cancel, and then we get negative, and the negatives cancel, and we're just gonna be left with 3. So that whole thing is just 3. And then 0.24 times g of 0. G of 0 is 4. So that right there is 0.24 times 4. So 24 times 4. 16. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So 4 times 0.24 is 9.6. 0.96. Sorry, there's two numbers behind the decimal. So 3 plus 0.96 will be 3.96. Ask a neighbor if that didn't make sense. That's what it is. All right. Moving right along. So b of 7, if b of x equals 0.2x minus 95.1. So that would be 0.2 and 7 minus 95.1. And you just calculate that. So we're going to do that right now. 0.25 and then -4 plus 18, and you just calculate that, which would be 1. What would it be? I'll do that one. So 0.25 times 4 is going to be -1 plus 18, which is 17. Okay, so all right, now I'm going to do that one. So 0.2. See, the 0.2 times 7, it's going to be 1.4. Okay, so it's going to be 1.4 minus 95.1. That's going to be 95.1 minus 1.4. 93. You know what? We gotta do this. We gotta do it. 95.1 minus 1.4 is gonna be 94.1 minus 0.4, and it's gonna be 93.7. Unless I did something wrong, which, whatever. I did my best. So, but you get the general idea. The steps are right. And there is your answer key. I hope that helps. And you're going to see these questions on next week's assessment. All right. Now take the practice quiz and complete your Khan Academy and be ready for Wednesday. Bye, everybody.